Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another Baddies tea video, so let's just get right into it because the big three is no more. So as we all know by now, the big three have fell out with each other. I don't know if Dolly and Lex are still cool with each other. They still follow one another on social media, and we didn't hear anything about the two of them falling out, but we do know that Dolly and Lex are no longer friends with Summer. Now, there are a lot of rumors going around about why the three of them are no longer friends, and we don't really know if any of those rumors are true because we haven't seen the current season that they're filming right now. We know that they're currently filming for Baddies USA. They started filming about 3.5 weeks ago, and at the very beginning when they started filming, Dolly, Summer, and Lex were still very much cool with each other. I mean, there was even a video going around of the three of them eating together in a restaurant, and they were literally all smiles on camera. But then about a week ago, we saw that the T pages were all reporting that Big Lex and Summer unfollowed each other, and then I guess Dolly was a part of that too, but I don't really know. We just heard that it was Summer and Big Lex that unfollowed one another. But it was silent between the three of them, so then all of a sudden, a few days later, we see this video going around on all the T pages of Summer and Big Lex singing together on one of the sprinters, and Dolly was in the background and they were all smiles with each other, so people thought, okay, maybe they just had a little bit of a disagreement and that's why they unfollowed each other, but they're friends, so they're cool with each other again, so we thought everything was fine. Then all the T pages start blowing up, social media starts blowing up about Dolly, Summer, and Lex no longer being friends with each other. Apparently, when they went to Detroit, Summer got her family and friends to try to fight Dolly and Lex. There was a really short clip going around of them filming for Baddies USA, and it shows Summer and Dolly clearly fighting with each other. It was only a few seconds, so we don't know who won that fight and we don't know how it started. I don't like to go with the rumors. I like to know for myself, so obviously we won't know until we see the show air. But then there was a clip of the Baddies leaving the club, and you see Lex, she had a blue wig on, and she's walking onto the Baddies bus, and all of a sudden one of Summer's friends tries to attack her, and so everybody knows that it was one of Summer's friends or one of her family members because the woman in the video was clearly saying that she was doing it for Summer. Which I will say, that was a stupid move on Summer's part. I think she was feeling herself because they were in Detroit, which is her city, and her family and friends were there, but they have to leave Detroit at some point. I think right now they're in Atlanta. We don't know what has happened with Summer recently, but all I know is that that was stupid to do all that in Detroit, knowing that your family and friends are not going to be there when you go to the next city. Now look, a lot of the fans were saying that it's because of Tiki, it's because Dolly and Lex did not help Summer when Tiki slapped her. I really don't think that that's the reason why they fell out. I mean, it definitely could be, but if that's the reason why Summer ended up having her family and friends attack Dolly and Big Lex, to me, that's crazy, and Summer is definitely foul because at the end of the day, when Dolly was fighting Tiki, nobody had her back when she was fighting Tiki, and she fought her twice. The first time they fought was when, you know, Dolly and Anna were trying to do that fake fight with each other, and Tiki didn't know that they were faking it, and Tiki pushed Dolly, and then Dolly and her started fighting for a few seconds, and then we know that Dolly and Tiki ended up fighting at the Baddies Midwest reunion. She had to fight Tiki on her own because they had a beef on their own. I feel like when it's one-on-one, there's no reason for any of your friends to get involved in it. And then it's like, I don't feel like Dolly or Big Lex were obligated to fight Tiki for Summer because Summer was really running her mouth like online about Tiki. Like she was popping it on social media, making all these comments and accusations about Tiki. She was getting involved in drama between Krishan and Tiki that everybody else knew to stay out of because that's their family drama and we don't know what's true. But Summer decided to get on social media and make all these comments about Tiki, so when Tiki saw her when they were filming Baddies USA, apparently she slapped her in the face and nobody helped her. If all Tiki did was slap Summer, there's no reason for anybody to get involved in it in the first place, but I honestly do feel like even if Tiki did fight Summer, I don't feel like there's any reason for Dolly or Lex to get involved because Summer said way too much that Tiki had to say something about it. I personally don't think that that's the reason for the fallout. It might have been part of it, but I don't think that that's the whole reason why they fell out with each other. But I do think that if that is the reason, and that's the reason why Summer ended up getting her family and friends to attack Dolly and Big Lex, I think that's insane. Because why would you get your family and friends to fight two girls that have had your back for the past 2 seasons of the show? And don't say they haven't had her back because they definitely have had her back. They've fought for her numerous amounts of times, and a lot of the beefs that they had were because of Summer starting trouble with other people. Because the whole reason why they were beefing with Fauna, K. Rican, and Cold Killer last season was because Summer started the fight in the sprinter. But if Summer got her family and friends to attack Dolly and Big Lex because they didn't have her back when she had to fight Tiki, to me that's weird, because don't you think she should have her family and friends if she's going to have them touch anybody? Wouldn't it be Anna, Tiki, and Mariah Lynn, the three people that want to fight her and have put their hands on her? I don't understand why she would choose Big Lex and Dolly to be the ones to get touched by her family and friends. But I also think that it's really bad on Zeus. Like, it's definitely a bad look that outsiders are allowed to put their hands on the girls on the show. There's no reason why anybody that's not a part of the cast and did not sign a contract to be on the show is allowed to even get close enough to any of these girls that are on the show to be touched. Like, that's crazy to me. Those people are not signing contracts. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. They can have weapons on them and everything, and somehow security is allowing these people to touch these girls. So I'm not going to go with any of the rumors that are going around about the fallout and what led to it. I definitely want to wait until Baddies USA starts airing and we see what's happening on the show, and then we see the girls talk about it when they go live and stuff. But other than that, I'm not going to believe anything until I see it play out on the show itself. I will say it does suck that they stopped being friends with each other, because that's what people wanted. People wanted them to all fall out, which I thought was kind of weird. Even though they've fallen out now, every group of friends on this show have fallen out with each other before, but yet people are making this one the biggest deal, or people are hoping for this one more than any other friendship on the show, and that's weird. Because people are saying that they were never really friends, and maybe they were never really friends, or maybe they thought they were friends until Baddies USA started filming and they started seeing different sides of each other. I really do not know. But to say they were never really friends, but then give the rest of the baddies passes is crazy. Because then that means that Scotty and Anna are not really friends because they started off beefing with each other, and we know that there's a chance that they could start beefing with each other again. Scotty and Rolly are not really cool with each other because Rolly slapped her before. Anna and Biggie are not really friends because they started off beefing with each other, then became friends, then started beefing with each other multiple times on the show that we've seen, and they were even talking about each other pretty bad on social media, and now it seems like they're okay with each other while they're filming Baddies USA. Mariah Lynn and Anna, they were beefing with each other, then they were cool, then they were talking about each other, then Anna fought, Mariah's mom, and then they became cool again, so there's that. Then there's Jayla and Rolly, who were beefing with each other before, then they got cool, then they started beefing with each other again. So the point I'm trying to make is, if you're gonna say that Dolly, Summer, and Lex were never really friends with each other, it was fake, then you have to say that all the other friendships on this show were fake too, because they've all been friends, beefed, and then got back friends again, and then beefed again, and it started all over again. So I just feel like you have to hold everybody to that. Oh yeah, and one last thing. I'm starting to see the fans say that they like Summer now because she turned on Big Lex and Dolly, and to me, that's crazy. Like, weren't you guys trying to get her off the show? Like, weren't there petitions going around and people attacking Lemmy to get her off the show because of the Emmett Till comments she made? But now, because she fell out with Dolly and Big Lex, now all of a sudden the fans are saying that they're starting to like her. And even Ivory made a post and said that she likes Summer, and that how could you not like her because she's funny? But she just beat up Summer pretty bad on Baddies Africa, so I'm confused by that. But now fans are saying that they like Summer and they don't like Dolly and Big Lex, and to me that's weird, because Summer was just the most hated person on the show. Now everybody likes her. And you can say whatever you want about Dolly and Big Lex, but they did not turn on Summer even after the fans were basically, going after them because of things that Summer was saying. Like, anybody else probably would have dropped Summer after she made the Emmett Till comment, but Dolly and Big Lex still stuck by Summer and was still her friend throughout the season, or at least appeared to be her friend. They didn't separate themselves from her even after she did that, and a lot of other people would have. So I just feel like the whole situation is weird, but like I said before, I'm going to wait until Baddies USA actually airs so we can see why they fell out with each other and who was the person in the wrong and why this whole thing happened. But let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.